And here he comes out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. To the running back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. From the shotgun, the inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man down the middle. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Slithers into space. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
The Volunteers have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Looking down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 34. And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Hand off from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. and they have a first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And the Vols didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. To the ground with the back. Shakes up, just dismissing tackles. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just stiffen up. And they did a really nice job on first down, stopping the run. Here we go on second. There's a good chance the offense tries to run it again.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Zings it complete to the right. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Now on the option. Now the pitch. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? Fourth down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative. You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Caught in the backfield. It's Nicholson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They're dealing with a second and long. Got his man on the outside. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the back over the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Throws to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Running back searching for a hole. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. The Ducks will hustle to the line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So the kickoff team is out there ready to put it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes. This is a gamble. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got the quick pass. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this half. They snap it to the up end. He'll try to run for it. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
And the fake punt. The idea of the fake punt is so great. I'm going to catch you off guard, get a free first down. When it goes south, everybody's ticked off. Why did you do it? What a stupid play call. So if you just called it, sorry, but that's what I had to say.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Good timing on the quick out. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Crank up this drive with the pass. Under fire. That's a fumble on the play. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. The Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Finds a man in the middle. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the Volunteers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range. You're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man. Everybody on an island. Everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. You always have to be aware of the running threat for the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gonna try to get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. He'll work his way down to the 28. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Takes the easy completion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. How about the Zimnis Jr. put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
This is good news for the offense here because they've got their Heisman-caliber receiver in a bit of a groove. Back-to-back catches. The defense has no answer for him. I would keep force-feeding him the football because he's catching fire right now.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield very late in the half. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is a perfect job by the offense executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something he practiced all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. One more snap coming before halftime. The run to the right. There he goes. Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Ducks come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
The Ducks will go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man. It's Nicholson. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Ace.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes a connection. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
They'll go back to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point.
Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. He got it! Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal.
Music note! Music note! Let's go! Let's go!
To the ground to try to move the chains. Touchdown Ducks! And the route is on.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1, lost week 1. They could have got down on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Wide open spaces. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
The Vols trying to cash it in on first and goal. Trying to pound it in. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. Can the D deny them on second and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's going for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Snags it quickly on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Little touch pass to the receiver. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
On target to the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field.
Set, ready.
Wants to go up top. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
He'll try to do it himself. Got his man downfield. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. He's looking downfield to throw. Got a man. It's Nicholson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. Oh, he missed it. No good. And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point lead.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this. But it's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Great place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The play action fake. Got his man quickly.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Got it in the middle. It's Nicholson. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Looking to throw. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh, man, would he like to have that pass back.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And the stomping has commenced.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And they tacked on the extra point. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So here is the Tennessee offense. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Working that left side. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Volunteers want to pick up the tempo. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Now he's going to throw it all the way back across the field. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. And the Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Throws to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. And the Vols started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Into the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Now the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vols!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The deficit is huge, this one is all, but over there they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They'll put in play from the 27, first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! And the beatdown has ensued.
Well, obviously this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year, coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And here he comes out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Pressure coming. And he's snowed under.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here, Lou.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's a understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here at the end of the game.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Using the quick game, they'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Ducks want to move quickly. To the air on second down. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats.
Can it be? Here we go. Set. Ready.
On third down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Both of these teams are high.